Okay, we're going to cover a lot in this video. I want to start by saying that 94% of businesses never hit $1 million in revenue. Now that was just a quick search that I did on Google. I don't know how accurate that is, but my guess is that it's pretty accurate. That means that it's only 6% that ever make it above, up to $1 million and beyond. And you know that it's the top 1 to 3% are the ones that are extremely successful within their business. So we're just right in that gap, past the, if that's true on that Google search, there's 94, 95, 96, 97. So to get within the top 3%, we're only talking about 2% before you hit the top 3%. So just kind of gives you an idea and a feel for where you're at once you make it past $1 million. So, and like I said before, no guarantees. It's just, it's one of those things that we have to work very diligently, very hard at, but it is a goal of mine to help you. So, something I heard, and I probably have these numbers wrong, but you get the idea, which is 32 to 40 hours a week as far as your work schedule. That's, in my book, that's going to be considered failure. You're never going to accomplish your goals, whatever they may be, working only 32 to 40 hours a week. The majority of people that come to work, they may work 40 hours, but they're truly engaged. It's probably like 20 hours a week where they're actually engaged in their work. But in order to have extraordinary results, to beat this 94%, once again, if that's true, we're going to have to do things that others won't do. If you work 45 to 50 hours, you might be able to get mediocre results as far as what success is. And I know we each define success in our own way, but I think ultimately what we want is for the business to run for it by itself, to make lots of money, to have plenty of money for yourself, to take vacations, and have that ultimate freedom that you do want in your life. 55 to 80 hours, that's the fast lane. If you're working 55 to 80 hours in your business, on your business, it should be growing rapidly. So depends on how much effort you want to put into it, but that kind of gives you an idea. And you can work more than 80 hours, and it's not all physical labor, don't get me wrong. I mean, it could just be working 3 hours on Saturday morning when nobody's up because you got up earlier to build a certain process or something. That's all work, and that's what I want to focus your attention to, is working on those types of things, because that's what truly matters in your business. Not that the customers don't matter and doing the service calls don't matter, but getting these things done that most people don't ever take the time to do is going to put you above that 94%. So I'm going to share all kinds of ideas with you in this video. But I got a few things that I want you to know is where attention goes, energy flows. Now, I didn't look that quote up to see who actually quoted that, but that's so true. If we're going to put a lot more energy, time, attention into our business, it's going to grow. It's the same with relationships, when you first met your spouse, you paid a lot of attention to them. Hopefully you still continue to pay attention to them, but in any new relationship, it's you pay more attention than you might after 22 years, right? Now, I worked hard at my marriage and love my wife dearly, and so we've been able to make it work. But just always remember that where your attention goes, energy flows, and that energy is going to be, it could be good energy or bad energy. It goes back to your thoughts. Make sure that you're thinking positively. But work-life balance. I'm going to give you some ideas and some things to do to help maintain this work-life balance, this forbidden fruit, this imaginary thing. For one thing, I don't really believe that there can be a work-life balance, but that's just a belief, right? That could be a belief, a limiting belief of mine. I think you can make it work. So I'm not, and if you want to call that balance, great. But one way to do that, especially within your relationships, is what I call not what I call, but what I learned from a course that I took called From Wake Up Warrior, Garrett J. White, is daily deposits. What daily deposits are is making sure that you let your loved ones know that you love them while you're spending some more time away from them, building your business. And why when you're sitting down at a movie, you're writing out the next process or writing out a new procedure, instead of maybe focusing 100% on the movie. So because it consumes so much of our time, we have to let the people know in our lives that we still care about them. It's not about that. It's just we want success for them and for ourselves. So let's not don't ever be afraid to want it for yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting great things in your life. And I think that there's this negative thing that surrounds that. Oh, well, you don't need all that. You don't need that. Why do you just took a vacation? I don't understand. People don't get it. And those are the people that will never have anything. So please don't listen to them. You do what you want to do. You do what makes you happy. You deserve it. So, but daily deposits and date nights. What a daily deposit is just like a bank account. If you don't put money into the bank account, it doesn't grow. If you don't put time, energy, and money, the three investments, into your relationship, it doesn't grow either. So we have to invest in these things, and one way that we can do that is daily deposits. Daily deposits don't cost us anything. All we do is get a notepad. Just get a little notepad and write a little note to your spouse or your kids, and it could be a sticky note. Leave it where they're going to see it. If they're going to be leaving to work later that morning, we'll put it on the steering wheel on their vehicle so they see it when they get in their steering wheel. Just a nice little note that says, "Hey babe, I love you, thinking about you like always. Have a great day." Or, "Hey kiddo, can't wait to see you at the game tonight. Love, Dad." It could be anything like that. It's just to let them know you care, and it's a nice little surprise. Who doesn't like to get a nice little surprise like that? Because it makes you feel wanted, needed, and appreciated. So you could also send a text message. Could be just a text message that you send sometime throughout the day. Be sure to take the time out of the day to send these so they know you're thinking about them and that you still care, although you're working so hard. Another thing would be to shoot a little video message. "Hey babe, I just got to my last call. I don't know, I never know what's going to happen after this. The phone's been ringing like crazy, but my goal is that this is the last one. I'll see you soon. Love you so much. Bye." Send a little video message. Could be an email. Write a nice little email throughout the day while you're waiting for the vacuum pump to get done. The main thing is to take the time to do it, invest the time, because it'll pay off dividends in the end. Date nights. Schedule a date night. This could be once every week, once every other week. Just make sure you schedule it. Always keep it to the front of your mind that you need to have one, and make it happen. If you've got to pay money to a babysitter, whatever the case, that's an investment in your relationship. So pay the babysitter, take the date. You got to spend time with each other, and it's really hard to do when you're growing a business. And you're going to hear other people. I heard other people growing my business telling me that, "Oh, you're going to wind up divorced." Like, I had a customer tell me that because it was probably 7 o'clock at night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, didn't matter. 7, 8 o'clock at night, I'm at their house fixing their air conditioner, and they're telling me that I'm going to wind up divorced. So I'm really curious as to what the percentage is of people that do wind up getting divorced who throw themselves into their business, but I guarantee you it's very high. So it's something to be aware of. We're not looking to get divorced. When you truly love somebody, you want to spend the rest of your life with them. You got to make sure to bring them along with you and not leave them in the dark. So daily deposits, date nights. Now when it comes to getting home, I want to talk about triggers. Now, what triggers are is you can use this. It could be a doorway. It could be when I walk into the office. I know that I'm going to be a powerful leader. Powerful leader. I put that in my mind. I know when I walk through that door, I'm a different person. I'm a powerful leader. Same at home. When I walk through my door at home, it could be Show my love, be present. Show my love, be present. So when I walk through that door at home, it triggers my mind to remember and be aware that I'm there to show my love and be present, and not let the day's worries creep into my home life, which is hard to do. Trust me, guys, this is something that and gals, is something that you never stop practicing. It takes work, and this is why the top 3% in the world are so successful, because they don't like to do it either. It's hard for them too, but they do it anyways. Excuse me. So, triggers. That can also be emptying your pockets when you get home at night. So every time okay, I'm going to take my knife off, take my screw checks out, take my flashlight off, take the pin out of my shirt, take my watch off, take my wallet off. That's like it's a mental trigger for me to unload the day on the kitchen counter instead of unloading it on my family. It could also be a trigger like you're putting on your battle gear in the morning. That it's time to put in work, go make that money so we can have that nice vacation and have nice stuff and do the things that other families don't get to do. So use these triggers, use them to trigger the thoughts in your mind so you can act upon them. Okay, next we're going to talk about morning routines. Now, I read a book called The Morning Miracle by Hal Elrod, and it talks about how this morning routine, and all successful people have a morning routine that they go through. Tony Robbins, if you followed him for any amount of time, he like jumps in this 50-degree water or something. I mean, it really wakes him up. Other people take cold showers. Just jump in a cold shower. It alivens the cells in your bodies and makes you wake up. Now, I don't do this, but I'm just saying that all these successful people have routines. So what he calls and breaks down in his book is called life savers. And savers is an acronym for silence. The S is for silence. That means, for one, we don't look at our phones first thing in the morning. We don't go right to our phone, start checking our emails and Facebook and messages. We just leave that alone for a little while. And you put a timer on it. Maybe it's 10 minutes. For the first 10 minutes, I don't even look at my phone. Or I don't do this or that. Whatever it is, we want to sit in silence. Let our mind wake up. Let our thoughts go wherever they want to go. Next is affirmations. We've already talked about affirmations. I am a genius and I apply my wisdom. I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. I am a businessman. I am a businessman. My business is thriving. My business is thriving. My business attracts the best people in the industry. My business attracts the best people in the industry. Whatever your affirmations are, we have to feed our minds. That way, it goes to our subconscious mind, and it will help attract things to our lives. Now, like I've said before, don't worry about the how. Just concentrate on feeding your mind with these affirmations, because it's the only way to reprogram your mind. To stop thinking negatively, start thinking about what you do want, not what you don't want. Visualization. Now, so you want to close your eyes. You're already closed your eyes maybe because you're doing your affirmations. But visualize. And one thing that I can help you with on visualization is think about 5 years from now. Think about your company's running perfectly. And now dissect that. Like, okay, what's perfect about this? What's perfect about that? What's perfect about this? How can I operate like that today? This is, your company is extremely successful. What is it doing? And how can you operate like that today? That's a good way to visualize your company and where you are, what you look like in your company. Your role probably changed. How many people do you have working for you? How many service vehicles do you have? What does your building look like? These are just some ideas to think about and visualize. Exercise. One thing that I've started doing in the mornings is just stretching when you get up. That could be in my silence. In my silence, I'm just stretching. You know, bend over, touch my toes, just stretch, wake up. Helps loosen your body, get you ready and prepared for the day, and it's just a healthy way to start the day. But exercise, you know, I think it's 20 minutes of cardio a day is what's recommended. I can tell you I don't get that, but it could be 5 minutes of jumping jacks. Something. Remember this, something is always better than nothing. When it comes to exercise, something is always better than nothing. Do something. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Whatever it is, something's better than nothing every day. Reading. Now, if you read 10 pages a day, every day, of a book, you would read 19 books a year, roughly. A 200-page book, reading 10 pages a day, you'd read roughly around 19 books a year. That's 19 more books than you've probably read in your lifetime. So 10 pages a day is nothing, you know, and if you skip a day, do 20 pages, because 20 pages is nothing. It's just making yourself do it. Take the time to do it, to change your life. Scribing. That is journaling. One great thing about journaling is that if you have a problem that's happening when you're within your business, within your relationship, within your life, just by writing it down, oftentimes you'll answer the question. So it helps you figure things out. It also helps you just get it out of here into reality, onto paper, and it'll help you see it in a different light. It's so important to just journal. I recommend writing 3 things that you're grateful for today. One thing that I use just on my iPhone, there's an app called the 5 minute journal, I believe is what it's called. Let me find it here. Every morning and every night it will give you a notification that it's time to write in your journal, and it just looks like this. This 5 right here. See that 5? That's what the app looks like. It gives you a quote. You write basically, you can take a picture and put it in there, but you write the morning entry, which is, what am I grateful for? 3 things. What will I do to make today great? 3 things. And the daily affirmations. I am blank. And you just fill that out. That's the morning routine. Then the evening routine, 3 amazing things that happened today. What could I have done to make today even better? So 5 minute journals are a great way to start journaling if it's new to you. So you can do all of these things in 1 hour in the morning. And that's what I recommend is the rise and grind, which I talk about in Super Service, so you'll get a little taste of that. But you got to get up earlier. If you don't have time, and we all need time to ourselves, we got to get up earlier. So make it a habit. Get up earlier every morning. I am not a morning person. 6:15 is what my alarm's set for, but I used to get up at 7:15. I went back 1 hour, and now I'm used to getting up at 6:15. I'm up by 6:15 or 6:30 most times on the weekends because it's just a habit now. Once you do it enough, it's like 21 days is what the psychologists believe, I think, or I've read many times, 21 days to develop a habit. So start getting up earlier. We always have to increase our energy. So I may have talked about this before, but stretching, that's great. Exercise, great. Everything in Lifesavers, the SAVERS acronym there is great. But I'll add one thing to that for increased energy is just drink plenty of water. And I did cover that in another video. When you first get up in the morning, slam a bottle of water. Your body's dehydrated from sleeping overnight anyways, and it's going to help wake your brain up, wake your body up, and start the day right. Let's see, triggers, morning routines, meditation. Now, meditation does not have to be super difficult. I want to make it super easy for you instead. So I want you to get your phone out, click the clock. You're going to click click the clock here. Where is it? Right there. There's my alarm for 6:15. But we can go to the stopwatch, timer. Go to timer, set it to 3 minutes. Hit start. And all I want you to do for those 3 minutes is take a deep breath in. I want you to breathe into your stomach. You can do this on your lifesavers, on your morning ritual for your silence. Take a deep breath into your stomach. Just close your eyes, relax. I want you to hold your breath at the top, however long you can, not too long, but I just like to count to 2. Hold your breath for 2 to 3 at the top, hold your breath for 2 to 3 at the bottom. So, we're just going to keep breathing like that for maybe 5 to 10 breaths. After the 5 to 10 breaths, I just want you to focus on relaxing, focus on your breath. You don't have to hold your breath anymore. Just take just breathe normally, but breathe into your stomach. Relax for the rest of the time, up to 3 minutes. Once the alarm goes off, you're done. You just meditated. It's not difficult. We overcomplicate things, but that is a meditation. You can work yourself up to 5 minutes. Always just focus on your breath. Your mind is going to go where it wants to go. To a certain extent, let it go there. But the better you get at just clearing your mind, like if a thought comes in, that's fine. Acknowledge it, then let it pass. Don't dwell on it. Comes in, let it pass. Comes in, let it pass. This is going to clear your mind. It's going to open your mind, expand your mind, and allow some creativity to flow, which can help you develop better processes, better ways to handle things within your business. Things will just naturally come to you. So that's why it's so important. Now you can do this 2 or 3 times a day, but I want to urge you to just start doing it once a day. Do it in the morning. Get up earlier, start off your day that way, and you're going to have just a powerful day. It's crazy how better you feel when you do these things. One other thing on the scribing, you want to journal a little bit, do your affirmations, maybe use the app, 5-minute journal, but also plan your day. What are 2 to 3 key things that you want to work on today and get finished? And do those things. Write them down and check them off. There's a sense of mental gratification to be able to check these things off your list. And that way you know you got them done, and you know you're moving the needle in your company. So that's a simple way to meditate. Don't overcomplicate it. You can use it any time of the day. If you take a lunch break, you can use it then, before you come back to the office. You can use it before you walk into your house at night. As soon as you pull in your driveway, if you have some privacy, breathe, relax before you get out of your vehicle and hit that trigger, that doorway, and then unload your pockets, unloading your mind, using those triggers. So I also want to talk briefly about clarity breaks. So we need time off. And I want to get you to the point where every quarter you take some time off. It could just be an extended weekend. Maybe the Friday and the Monday, or a Thursday, Friday, or a Monday and Tuesday. but you take time off every quarter. After every 3 months, we put our nose to the grindstone, work, and that's going to be it could be a little mini vacation or something, but that's your reward for working so hard. We have to take clarity breaks. I did a long video on that, clarity breaks on YouTube, so if you just search my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find that, HVAC Millionaire. Okay, so we've been through a lot here. Rocks, goal setting. I covered this pretty extensively in Super Service, but I just want to add a little bit more to it. And that is, you have a goal, then you have your actions that you're gonna, what's 2 to 3 major actions that you can take towards the attainment of that goal. Document those, then you have to actually take the action. But also, give yourself a consequence. What are you going to do if you don't make it? Could be, I'm going to work all day Saturday. Like if I'm supposed to be finished by the 15th, because that's when my goal, I'm specific on my goal, and I don't get it done by the 15th, well, I have to work every Saturday until it's finished. That's the consequence. Or I'm going to give my wife $300 cash. That's my consequence. You make the consequence whatever you want, but it has to be big enough that you may not want to do it. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to give my wife money, but I'm saying I wouldn't want to lose the cash out of my wallet. I like having that cash in there. It gives me a sense of security. It makes me feel good, so I would have to replace it. So, have a consequence. But on the flip side, have a reward. What's your reward going to be? It could be, if it's a big goal that you've been chipping away at for a long time, it could be, I'm going to take a week off. Once I hit that, I get a week off. Once I hit that, we're going to Mexico. We're hitting the beach, or we're taking a cruise. Whatever it is, you got to set a reward and reward yourself for finishing some of these big tasks. Honestly, what it all boils down to, one more thing when it comes to increasing your energy and your health. Always think of it as an addition. What if I just, instead of not getting to eat the foods that I like to eat, what if I just added a salad to every meal, or not every meal, but to one meal? I added it. Instead of taking something away, I added a salad. Think of it always as additions, because we don't like to lose things when it comes to change. We like gaining new things. So let's allow our minds to be happy and gain new things. Hey, I'm going to have a salad with every lunch instead of before where I wasn't eating the salad. Any healthy step that you can make, think of it as an addition. Then you could maybe move into, I'm going to replace one meal today with a healthy meal. Only one meal. And then you get to where, okay, I'm going to do 2 meals. And you slowly work up the stamina and the resistance to have these crap foods that we've been eating for so long. So just always think of it as addition. But the last thing is a tremendous quote here by this Jersey Gregorick. And he says that easy choices, hard life. Hard choices, easy life. So we all have choices. These things aren't fun to do. They're not easy to do. And I can tell you at least 94%, if not more, of the population don't do them and will not do them. But the top people, the top earners, the top successful people in this world do things that others won't. And all of them, all top successful people have a morning routine. This is a great way to start your morning routine. I gave you a lot of information in this video. You might have to hit it a couple of times so you grasp all of it, and make sure to start implementing it into your life. Do what others won't so you can be successful and have what others can't.